guys, welcome to Power Beauty Living TV. I am here with the beautiful Sabrina Heartsong, who is an amazing spiritual intuit and pretty much summed me up in the first 2 minutes she met me, which was, you're this, and this is why. And I'm like, okay. But we're so excited to have you here, Sabrina. Thank you. I know you're so busy with your retreats and helping so many people. And this is our second Power Up series, our transformation event. And I know we have so many women that are so excited to meet you. But I want you to share with our viewers what your tips are. You run a business, you've got, amazing retreats. And what's one thing that you would recommend or that you do personally to power up your business?
So by powering up my business, you mean attracting more clients?
Attracting more, whatever you feel is the powering up of your business. If that's attracting more clients, if that's taking it to the next level.
Good. So essentially, I am my business, and I am what I do, and so for me, it's all about a way of being. And so when I'm taking time for myself to have balance in my life, to meditate, to do the things that keep me connected to Source and have me feeling in alignment with my commitment and my purpose, then usually the clients pour in, the events pour in, the requests pour in, and so it's all about alignment. It's all about intention. And so there's I'm less in the doingness of it and more in the beingness of it. Yes.
Which is actually, I find, a very difficult but very easy thing, because you can get so distracted with other things and then you're out of alignment, but you're trying to force being back into alignment. But I think for my personal experience, when you just relax and you surrender, you get back into that place of alignment. Absolutely. And so in order to get to that, there's all kinds of different tools and techniques that you can use. What is something that you would recommend women could do on a daily basis to get into that alignment?
Good. Great question. Meditate. Meditate is one thing that is absolutely necessary, and there's so many different kinds of meditation out there, and there doesn't need to be a formal practice. Meditation can be intimidating for some people who have everyone has racing brain when they're first starting and they're sitting down
Monkey
and they can't
mind.
Totally, and they can't be still with themselves, and they need something guided or they need music, and that's all fine. I like to start with all of my clients on 20 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing.
Right. So, you actually mentioned that to me.
Yes.
And I want to tell you, I tried it, but I struggle with it because I'm not a diaphragmatical breather, but I know how important it is. Right.
Most people aren't. Most people breathe in their chest, right? And as a society, we're conditioned to stay in our chest, and that creates a fight or flight response in the body, which really promotes a stressful life. Right. And when we're holding a stressful vibration, we're perpetuating more of that stress in our lives.
Right. And stress can really take its toll on your hair, your skin, your everything.
Everything.
So for someone who doesn't really know how to go into diaphragmatical breathing, can you explain or you show us a technique that we could do at home?
For sure. Absolutely. It's very easy. Basically, just put your hand on your belly, and breathe in. Breathe in and out the nose. And as you breathe in, you bring the breath all the way down into the diaphragm and you expand the belly out. So make sure that when you're breathing in, the hand goes out, and that when you're breathing out, the hand drops naturally.
Okay.
So it's going to be strange at first because we're so used to breathing in the opposite way. But when you start to just practice very slowly, and when you're new at this, you can do it lying down.
Okay.
Very, very simple to do it lying down like a baby. Just breathe in and out of your belly. And you get accustomed to doing that, and then you can start and then as you graduate more slowly, you can start to sit up and just bring the breath down into the belly as you're sitting up, breathing in and out of your belly, staying out of your chest completely. This kind of breathing definitely brings us more back into the body, grounds us into our experience, has us be present, and also helps to unearth a lot of the emotions that tend to be suppressed in and around this belly solar plexus area, where a lot of us, especially as women, we tend to suppress our emotions.
I love that tip.
So,
for someone who's just starting, 20 minutes can be very daunting.
Yes.
So how do you work your way up to 20 minutes?
We start with 5.
Okay.
Start with 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing is better than nothing.
Okay.
Start with 5. And it's important to know going into this that there is going to be resistance. That's just part of the practice. Like you were mentioning that it was a bit of a struggle for you to sit still and get into it, right? And a lot of times when we sit and we say, okay, I'm going to do this, there's an idea about what it's supposed to feel like and what it's supposed to look like. And so it's best to just let go of all expectations and just just be gentle with ourselves. You know, it's a great way to practice compassion and patience and just allow for that, the breath, the awareness of the breath to develop, because you already know how to breathe diaphragmatically.
Right.
You just don't know how to do it consciously yet.
Right.
Right?
And I think that's actually a great tool to, I think as women, we get so busy and we get so just distracted with everything that's going on, and then we find ourselves taking care of everyone else that we forget to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a great exercise that you can do on a daily basis where it's just me time.
Totally. In fact, first thing in the morning, before you go for your cell phone, before you engage in conversation with someone, because the ego is right there. And so as soon as we wake up in the morning, the ideas start to pour in, and the thoughts and whatever's incomplete from the day before, the weeks before,
right.
Everything just starts to pour in, and it becomes present, and then we feel that stress automatically, right? So before we have a chance to really engage in any of those things, the best thing we can do for ourselves is just to go and sit in silence, and if for you that means lying down and starting with 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing, where you can really develop that inner core awareness, that relationship to the inner self. That's what we're connecting to and developing the awareness of. And from there, cultivate it. And then you can expand your practice. And this is foundational work, by the way, for tuning into the flow. It's foundational work for developing your intuition, for really learning to trust your own inner guidance, and learning to go inward for all the answers that most of the world is,
looking outward
for. Let's face it. I mean, that's what we're, that's why so many people are struggling, and so many people are in asking so many of the really big important questions now.
Right. Well, I am a beauty girl, so I always like to hear what's in someone's makeup bag. Yeah. What are 3 of your favorite beauty products?
Okay. Well, I really love Dr. Hushka. Which is the skincare, and I love. He's got also some concealer that I use as well, foundation, liquid foundation, mineral base, and lip gloss. I mean, I wear very little makeup, so
you're so beautiful.
The little bit
you don't
that
need very much.
It generally tends to be organic and mineral based.
Of course, as it should be, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of women, like I said, that are so excited to meet you. And if someone's tuning in, where can they find you, and how can they get in touch with you?
On my website, sabrinaheartsong.com.
Right, and we'll have a link for that below.
Yeah, and basically all of my information is on the website. There's information about the programs I teach, my background, and what the core work is about. And you can just send me an email, or there's a 1-800 number on there. You can leave a message.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Sabrina. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's totally an honor, and I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled by the opportunity, and it's great.
Thank you. And we will see you guys on the next episode of Power Beauty Living TV.